This is Foodscaping Utah, and we're gonna flip our park strip. It's a beautiful day at the end of April, and when we bought our house, we had grass everywhere, including the park strip. And the park strip is a really tough place to have grass, or at least to have good grass. In this case, it's only 5 feet wide, and we have a concrete sidewalk on one side and the pavement on the other side. So it's a really hot spot. It uses a lot of water, and you typically end up with unhealthy grass. As you can see in this, the dandelions have been moving in. So the first step is moving the existing sprinklers over, and then one thing we'll do to change over to drip irrigation is use this retro kit. So basically, you can just unscrew your sprinkler head, which we had a sprinkler head right here, and then you get this kit and you screw it in. And it's really cool because it includes a pressure regulator and a filter that you need for drip, and then you can hook your drip line right here. So we got a couple trees in this park strip that we still want to water, and now we're going to water them with drip. So the second step is then to get rid of the grass. Our favorite way to do that is to mow the grass or weed whack it really low as you can go, and then soak it and cover it with cardboard. So we're going to cover it with cardboard just right over the grass and weeds, and then we'll cover that with mulch, and then we can plant through the cardboard when we want to put some flowers and other perennials in there. The other alternative there would be either to till the grass or to get a sod cutter and rip it out, in this case, it's easier to not have to dig it out, number one, but also number two, we like to keep the soil there, and the grass that's in there, if it's covered for a year, it will add some organic matter to the soil as it breaks down. So we might as well keep that here. Okay, so it's late May now, and as you can see, we got all of our wood chip mulch in. We had cardboarded first, and then it was 3 to 4 inches of wood chip mulch on top. Plus we planted our perennial flowers and mixed in some annuals. Here we just did snapdragon to give it some color early. And then for perennials, we have penstemon, we have agastache, and we have a butterfly plant milkweed. And then, let's see, we also put a borage flower in. But we're excited to see when everything's in bloom and to see if it brings in some butterflies and some other native pollinators, and as well see how the honeybees like it. So it's the second week of August now, and things are starting to fill in, and this park strip's looking really good. This is a butterfly ascelpia, or a milkweed that the butterflies love. We've seen quite a few blooms over the course of the season so far, and we've seen quite a few insects over here. Not bad for the first year, but to get an idea of what a park strip can look like when it's a little bit more established, we'll take a look at the other side of our driveway. We have this park strip that we flipped. It's been about 1.5 years now, and it has Russian sage and sedum. If we walk over, we can see a little better. And this Russian sage fills in this spot really quickly. This is the sedum, and we kind of mix the plantings, and it's really a favorite of bees and lots of different pollinators. So for a quick recap of everything that we've planted in our park strips, we had penstemon, agastache, which is also known as hummingbird mint. We had a couple different kinds of milkweed or ascelpia, butterfly ascelpia. We had also, here we have Russian sage and sedum. Another favorite that we like to plant in a variety of places is lavender. And yarrow is another. We pick those sorts of plants because they're water-wise. This planting, like I mentioned, we planted 1.5 years ago, and this in its second season, we haven't watered this at all. It's in a wood chip mulch, but they're really well adapted to this, to our climate and to our moisture that we get here, and they thrive even without watering at all. And then the other reason we pick the plants that we do, the perennials, is that they provide bloom over an extended period. So penstemon, for example, blooms from May to June, and then we have lavender from June to July, and then the Russian sage starts coming on at the end of July, and it blooms all the way through the fall. And the sedum now is blooming in August, and it'll go September through October. So it's great to attract a lot of beneficial insects, not only honeybees, but other things like predatory wasps that really complement well the foodscape, because they can come in, they like the flowers, but then they can also eat some of your pests on your other plants. So those are some of the reasons that we flip the park strip, and really it's a great thing to do to save water, to make an efficient use of space, to bring a lot of beauty, and it really complements well your foodscape. Thanks for watching Foodscaping Utah, and grow your own.